Hi there, my name is Willie C. Louie and welcome to my studio, The Ascendant Men. Today I'm going to do a demonstration on some corrective exercises for reactivating deactivated glutes. And when I say deactivated glutes, I'm talking about the main glute that gets deactivated a lot and it's very common, is the glute maximus. Okay? Now the reason why it's very important to keep your glute maximus activated and strong is because it's a prime mover for our gait phase, which then integrates its neurological motor sensory patterns into the rest of our body. Okay? So today I want to show you how to turn or do some corrective exercises to get your glutes activated again. So it doesn't matter whether you're a professional athlete, you can still be trained wrong or not do as much corrective exercises with the lower body as you should to keep your primal movement patterns in check. Now, for those who don't know what primal movement patterns are, the body has 7 primal movement patterns that we move in daily: squat, lunge, push, pull, twist, bend, and gait. Gait is the phase of opposite interaction and integrated movement throughout the whole body, such as walking, running, jogging, etc. And the glutes, especially the glute max, has a primal support role to play in those phases. Okay? Now, you're probably wondering, how do you even know if you have deactivated glutes? Like I said, you can be a professional athlete, or you can just be some desk worker that sits on your ass for up to 8 hours a day. Okay, it doesn't matter. If you move dysfunctionally, you can cause dysfunctional muscle imbalances. And now, glute max deactivation does come from excessive amounts of sitting. So whether it's your job to sit down a lot, long periods of time during the day, or if you're an athlete that just works in mainly core and upper body regions, the only time you use the lower body is when you're running. These are what causes excessive deactivation in the glute max. The reason why it's important to have, like I was saying before, to have activated glutes is because it contributes to the gait phase and it can cause dysfunctional movement throughout the whole body. What I mean by that is when the glute max is deactivated, the work it should be doing in support gets offloaded to other muscles of the body, such as the glute medius minimus, piriformis, the lower lumbar erectors, all the way up the spine, which causes a strain on your internal organs, which causes an imbalance biochemistry relationship and producing hormones to operate properly. Right? So, when I say the glute max doesn't do the jobs it should be doing and the work gets offloaded, what I mean is that it gets offloaded and overworks other muscles, primarily the TFL band. Okay, so if you've got deactivated glutes, like I said before, and I said, if you check your feet, you'll know. Okay, if your feet turn outwards when you walk, you have deactivated glutes. If your feet turn inwards, you have deactivated glutes. If you squat, when your feet turn out or in, you have deactivated glutes. Okay? And the reason why is because when the glute max is off, the work it should be doing offloads on the TFL band. The TFL band is a muscle that runs from the hip down to the side of the knee. Now when that takes over the work from the glute max, it gets overworked and therefore begins to tense up and become too easily contractible and tight when it starts getting loaded with its own work. Now that triggers a pull all the way down through the AT from the knee down to the side of the shin and the calf muscles, and it ends up and finishes up underneath the foot, just around there. So therefore it causes a chain reaction of tight contraction and stiffness from being overworked, right? Just because one muscle didn't do its job, namely the glute max, and that other glute max. That's why when you walk, you put pressure on your leg, or when you squat, your feet shift out because they've just gone and tightened up. Glute max didn't do its job to help rotation or stability, therefore the work it should have been doing got offloaded to the TFL, pulling the knee out, pulling the AT even closer. AT pulls your feet out, causing a dysfunctional movement pattern, which then causes a chain reaction of muscle imbalances throughout the rest of the body, such as causing weak and tight restricting abductors, causing your knees to bow in and out as you bend, etc. Okay? So let's get to the corrective exercises. One of the main corrective exercises I use is just the sumo squat, a dumbbell sumo squat. Okay, so when I say sumo squat, I mean feet are now outside our shoulder width range. Keep our feet straight. We're going to hold the dumbbell right in front of us, just like this. Alright, chest up, shoulders back, spine nice and neutral. And you're going to push that ass back as if you're sitting on an imaginary seat. And when I said you want to feel your weight bearing on your heels. Alright, on your heels. You don't want to feel it on your knees or your quads, you want to feel it on your ass, so your glute max, and even your core if it's on. If you don't know how to turn your core on, engage it in tight, push the belly button in, keep that chest up, just like that, just like that. Now what you want to do with these corrective exercises is that you want to follow a tempo range and a volume range. Okay, so what the volume I have to use is 3 seconds down, shoot straight up. Pause for a second, 3 seconds down. So we'll do a demonstration right now. Okay, so I'll count 1, 1,000, 2, 1,000, 3, 1,000, shoot up, hold it for 1 second, straight back, 1, 1,000, 2, 1,000, 3, 1,000, and so forth. You also want to find your flexibility and range of movement when doing this dysfunctional exercise. So, just because you have, I don't know, a really good kicking range in your hamstrings and your pelvis, it may not contribute to biomechanical functions and neurological recruitment patterns you have from the brain to those muscles when you're squatting, or running or bending, etc. Okay, so you want to squat nice and slow in that volume of 3 seconds, while keeping your frame tight, and I mean tight. Chest up, spine neutralized, core engaged, weight bearing, knees not knocking around, nice and stiff, weight bearing. Now the second, as you get lower, the second you feel something shifting out of balance, like your chest rolling forward, your head going down, your knees going in, knees going out, your feet shifting, stop. Alright, stop, come back up. And go again. And you always want to stop before that even happens. It's all about retraining the recruitment patterns from those muscles to the brain to be in correct function, and for your brain to start programming those recruitment patterns as the right recruitment patterns for those movements. Right? Another one you can use is a stick. This will be more for beginners who are beginning to train exercise, or those who are returning to their training after a long period of time, who have got either you're excessively overweight or you're just very weak in tone and strength. Place the stick behind your back, push it up as high as you can, roll your shoulders and arms around it, press it into your shoulder blades to help portion the thoracic spine to stop it from bending out of curvature as you squat. Right? Same effect, feet sumo width apart, same volume, 3, 2, 1, up, hold for 1 second, 3, 2, 1. The more reps you start incorporating in your corrective exercises, the better your flexibility gets, if your recruitment pattern alignment is good. So remember, like I said, if you start feeling biomechanic movements in your body start getting out of place, stop, restart. Alright, so every rep you want to move in good recruitment pattern motion. Alright, you want to train the brain to program the correct movements to be the right movements you want to be doing. Alright, so there you go. You can use a stick, we can use a dumbbell, get those glutes activated again, right? So you don't have any more imbalances. Like I said, you can be a pro athlete, or you can be someone who's very overweight and has never exercised before, or you can be someone that's, you can just skip that surgery. Okay, glute max is very important and very important to keep on. Another trick you can use is when you wake up in the morning, you just bang your arms like this to wake them up. Alright, get them waking up, get them out of place. Now if you're someone who sits for excessive amounts of time during the day, and you can't help it because it's most likely probably your job, try dynamic stretching and just getting up every 10 or 20 minutes just to actively move your pelvis around, get your knees high, making sure that you keep on doing what your sitting has been doing. Okay? Activated glutes, very important, whether you're a trained professional athlete or you're not.